In this video, I'm going to give my review on the movie Iron Lung. So, Iron Lung is about a convict named Simon that is on an expedition to explore an ocean of blood on a moon in hopes of saving humanity. So, right away, I'll say I think this movie was like fantastic. I had heard that it was going to do really well. And for it being like a movie that was made by a YouTuber, Markiplier, he used his from what I understand, he used his own money to produce this movie, and he was the writer, director, and main actor in it. But as far as the spoiler-free portion of what I'm going to talk about, the opening scene I think was one of the best parts of the movie for me. Like the opening scene was a narration of what happened to humanity. And as the narration is going on, I think it lasts for like maybe a minute or so. As the narration is going on, you have the submarine being lowered into the ocean of blood. And I think they picked the right person to narrate. If that even was a person, maybe they used AI, but the narration, what was being said, and just the visual of the submarine dropping into the ocean of blood was just like I said, it was like one of the best parts of the movies. I really enjoyed that. The second thing is the sound effects and the music of Iron Lung, I think was where the movie thrived. I think that's one of the places that it really thrived. Like I think it's like some of the best sound effects and music that I think I've heard in a movie, and there was a good mesh of those things with the visuals. The acting by Markiplier was really great. I wasn't sure what to expect because I didn't know much about Markiplier before. I think I've seen a few videos of him in the past, but I wasn't sure what to expect. But he did a really, really great job in his acting performance in this movie. The other thing is the movie setting is mostly, well, actually it is all in a submarine except for I could think of maybe one scene where the submarine explodes. But other than that, I mean, the setting is basically in a submarine. And this actually works. You would think like it would be a boring movie for it to just take place in one spot and you basically have just about one actor, but I think it just works so well. I think what this movie had was, like I said, it had great sound effects, great music, a great story, and great acting. And yeah, I mean, just I had said before, I think maybe for some people would need to have a bit of patience to kind of sit through a movie like this, but I thought it was very well made. And another thing is like the movie was really well paced. I never really got bored. I was always like intrigued and wanting to know what was going to happen next. And so it kind of looks like they made really good use of the time with this movie. Like every scene had a purpose. In the movie, Simon uses some type of X-ray device to take images of what is around the submarine. And this makes sense because the ocean is made out of blood, and it really adds to the mystery of what is really in the ocean. And so I thought that was a great touch. Now for some of the stuff I want to talk about, and there'll be spoilers here. So there's like two scenes that I want to highlight that really stood out to me. The first scene is when the submarine explodes and Simon sees what's beyond the tunnel and he gets a quick glimpse of the alien. I thought that was a really great scene. The visuals were great, and in that scene, he looks up, which at what I believe is the sky, and it's a mystery to me what was there that he saw. But if you know or you have an idea, you could let me know in the comments. So that was a really great scene. And then the second scene that I'm going to talk about is the end scene. Simon has gotten infected, and the creature in the ocean of blood is collapsing the sub. In some way, it looks like it's controlling Simon, as whatever it's made of is getting inside the submarine, and it stretches is stretching Simon out by all four limbs, eventually causing him to break one of his arms. Eventually, the sub fills with blood. Simon is defiant towards the end, and I think this is where his acting really did well. So Simon is defiant towards the end as the sub collapses, and the data that is supposed to save humanity floats to the top with the life jacket strapped to it. It's to me, it's unclear if the creature survives, but for sure there's looks like something going on when the submarine implodes, and that possibly could have impacted the creature. So that was a really great scene. And another thought about the creature is that it seems to have like some type of, not sure if I'm going to use the right word, but some type of telepathic abilities where it's able to kind of talk to Simon through the speaker device, but also there's times where it seems like it's not talking to him through the speaker device. It's kind of like talking to him through his mind. And if I'm wrong on that, you can let me know in the comments. But that's just what I remember. And there is two instances of where a creature appears in the sub, but then disappears. And it almost seems like it's a ghost. So for that part, I'm not sure if that was a separate creature or another form of the creature outside in the ocean of blood. But it definitely seems like the creature in that ocean is like really powerful, and it might have multiple abilities. So I really like that about the movie too, is like it wasn't like your standard creature. This is like there's like a lot of mystery behind it. And now just looking forward, I thought the movie was great, and I like to see more creators make movies like this. I think this movie just shows that when somebody is passionate about something, their work just shines, and I think that's what happened here. I think Markiplier, he was really passionate about this movie from what I heard, and he just went all in, and he didn't care about the money, he didn't care about anything else but just making a great movie. I think because this is so successful, he'll probably either create a sequel or some type of spin-off to Iron Lung. I think that would be the next step, unless he has another story that he wants to tell about some other video game or some other story, as I said, that he's really passionate about. But I think it makes sense to follow up with another installment of Iron Lung and just give us another great movie. So overall, I would say I was like pleasantly surprised by this movie. It really impressed me. I think it's been a while since I've seen a movie that was as entertaining as this. And that's the whole thing, is like I said before, there was like literally one setting in the movie, just about one actor. I mean, there was another actor, but she only shows up for like maybe a couple minutes, or maybe like a few minutes throughout the whole movie. And then she's doing like a voiceover in the speaker to talk to him in the sub as it's in the ocean. But it's pretty amazing that they can take one setting, literally one actor, and make a movie as successful at it as it has been, and also as entertaining. That's the thing. It wasn't just a movie that did really well and is successful, but it's a movie that I think people really enjoyed. So I'll leave right there for now. Let me know what your thoughts are, and thanks for watching.